Hi, I'm Isra, and this is Still Addicted. Welcome to my channel. I talk about recovery, life after addiction, ketamine addiction, and just bits and bobs of all that, basically. So yesterday I went to a meeting and somebody shared something. So in the meeting, they mentioned the magic line, and it got me thinking about the fact that I think every single one of us in who suffers with addiction or suffers with substance abuse issues and all of that stuff, we all had this magic line because I don't think I know from me and in my experience, I know that I didn't go and pick up drink or weed or whatever your one was, but for me it was drink and weed. I didn't go and get that because I wanted to escape and I wanted to numb myself. I did it because I wanted to have fun. Do you know what I mean? And all of us were doing it. All my friends were doing it at the time, and it was just the thing to do. And I had the best times. I had so many fun times on drugs and alcohol. I've been to places around the world on stuff. I generally had so many incredible times. So I'm not somebody that has started off their drug taking and it was just purely for escapism. Do you know what I mean? It was just fun. I had so much fun. And then there is this line that I crossed where it wasn't fun anymore. It was just the same. And I think but the thing is, I didn't even know I had crossed it. And like, do you get me? Like, it's like, I don't know how to explain it because I knew that, like, when looking back, I knew there was a point where I crossed this invisible line. But when I was in it, I didn't realize that I was, because of the amount of denial that I was in, and the fact that it was so normalized to be going out and to be going and getting fucked every single weekend. It was normal for me to be sniffing K midweek. It was so normalized. So for me, I just didn't know that I had crossed this line until it got really, really, really bad. But I know now, looking back, that I crossed that line years before I quit. Do you know what I mean? So I want to, if you're watching this, please comment below if you can reflect back, if you're in recovery now and if you can reflect back, where was your line? I mean, like, where was the line where it became the drugs started taking control of you and it wasn't fun, but like, you still, for, I don't know, for like me, I still dressed it up as really fun when there was so much desire to get out of that cycle. It's weird. And it also got me thinking the fact that, like, I feel like I've had this invisible line in my recovery. I shared it last week at the end of my episode about how I was, when I came in, I had that gift of desperation so badly. I did anything and everything within recovery to stay clean, and my lust for life was so prevalent. It was insane. But like, I feel like I've gone past this invisible line in recovery where I do recovery. Obviously, I went to a meeting last night. I only did half a meeting. I didn't do the KA meeting this week because I was busy. But I mean, like, things just aren't like, I've the passion for recovery has been, I feel like I've lost the passion for recovery. Um, but I'm doing things, like I'm doing this. Like, I spoke to a newcomer yesterday and I'm looking to go to another meeting next week. It's just, but I feel like I'm just trotting along. But I also don't know whether I'm actually deeping this whole thing, and I'm actually just coming to that point in recovery where I'm just fully living my life. But then I have to be really careful because and I have to be real because there are times where those using force and those thinking I can be normal are quite strong. So yeah, I'm just like, I need to be on it. I need to be on it with this stuff because have I passed this invisible line in recovery where I am going towards a relapse because I'm going far away from recovery? I'm not doing that many meetings. I'm not doing what I used to do. But then also, am I just living my life? Oh, it's so hard sometimes. It really is because you're just second guessing yourself all the fucking time. It does my head in. It proper does my head in. I think I need to speak to my sponsor. I think I need to speak to my sponsor and have a chat. I should just probably tell me you just fucking deep in it, so chill the fuck out. Yeah. I am an overthinker. That's the thing. I am an overthinker, and I am somebody that causes things in my brain because I love the drama. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I've always done. So I just need to check. But then I do know that my using thoughts have come more. They're more quite loud. They've been quite loud recently. And that's something that I do need to check in. So I can't just ignore that stuff. But I think there's an invisible line, and I think there's these invisible lines throughout your whole life in like relationships. So I know in my past relationships, I was so head over heels, and then all of a sudden I'm not. And there's a line that you've crossed, you know what I mean? And you don't realize you've crossed this line until it starts suffocating you. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it was like in addiction. It was all so much fun, and I had the best times ever. And I'll never forget those times. But I think I would say 5 years before I got clean, I definitely had crossed that line. But it took me another 5 years to actually clock onto that. So yeah, bit of a short and sweet one today, but I want to know what your invisible line was if you've reflected back. That would be amazing. So yeah, comment below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and please share. That would be much appreciated. Anyways, I am off to Rounders with some of my recovery lot. So a bit of unity, which is always good for the soul. So anyways, love yous. Bye.